Well, that sucks. So after a good couple of years, my PlayStation 4 has finally bit the dust. And I know there's gonna be people that are like, well, what's it matter, right? You can play PS4 games on a PS5. And well, yeah, that's 100% true. You know, I can just turn on the PS5 and I can even connect a PS4 controller to it to play PS4 games. There's two things about me. One, as a video game collector, I just like playing games on the original hardware that they were designed for. I don't care if the Xbox One and Xbox Series X are backwards compatible with 360 and original Xbox games. I still turn on my 360 and my original Xbox to play those games simply because I prefer to play them on the original hardware with the original controller. Just that original nostalgic experience. And while yeah, to a certain extent, I can still somewhat get that by playing the games on the PS5 just because, again, you can still use the PS4 controller to play those PS4 games. I still just like turning on the PS4, hearing that music. If you've had or have a PS4, you know what I'm talking about, where you turn it on and it's that ethereal feeling, almost similar to when you turn on a Wii U, right? Like when you turn on a Wii U, you are literally transported to another dimension. Nintendo's dimension. I can't even like accurately recreate the music with my mouth, but I'm gonna try. Okay, you turn it on and you hear it again. It goes like that ding, ah, and then it does like the, you know, that magical sound when you log in and it goes ba-dun, da-dun, and then it like starts a real soft ethereal music as like the flowing background goes. Cause you know, I'm real vanilla. I don't use custom themes on my consoles. I like just having like the vanilla backgrounds. So I still have like the, you know, the flowing blue wave on my PS4, or at least I did. You know, you turn it on and it's just, you know, that nice flowing thing. And again, don't get me wrong, the PS5 background is great and all, you know, you turn it on, it looks real sleek and nice, but something about that PS4 background, man, it's sort of like the XMB on the PS3. It's so unique to where, like, yes, the new thing and the new backgrounds and all that are cool, but, you know, there's still reason to just go back and experience that feeling of booting up the system, just hearing the music, and then choosing your game to play, and it's just... I don't know, man. I am really sad. And the second reason that I mentioned before as to why I'm so sad is because I honestly have so many memories with my PS4, as I do with all my consoles, because I play all of my consoles like crazy. Mystery box, please. I'm having a bad day as is. Please just give me the glow. At least the mystery box loves me. It was really strange because I have been having some weird issues with my PS4 lately, and then last night, you know, I was on there playing GTA 5. And if you're wondering why I was playing the PS4 version of the game, it's because I didn't get the next gen version, right? Like, you know, I could have even went ahead and played it on PC, but if y'all know how GTA Online is on PC, you better stay away from that with a 10-foot flagpole. Not even just a 10-foot one, dog. I'm talking like a whole football field yard. Like, it's insane on PC. I'll upgrade to the next gen version of it at some point when it's in a bargain bin for like $10. The last gen version still gets the exact same content updates. It's still just as fun as a game. It still looks just as good. Sure, it might not run at 60 FPS, but dog, I do not care about frame rates literally at all. I'm the same guy that still goes back and plays Atari games to this day. In fact, I even collect physical Atari 2600 games. But anyways, yeah, shortly after I got off that game, and before anybody, you know, asks, I do not think I was hacked in any sort of way, again, because my PS4 has just been having these strange issues for a while now. Like, anytime I play Black Ops 3 on there, and then GTA 5, like, I've just been having some strange issues all around the board, just with all the games in general. Sometimes when I turn it on, it, like, randomly did the checking system storage status thing, and then it would crash out and say, hey, you need to, like, reinstall the system software via USB, but then I would like turn off the PS4 and turn it on again and it would work. So this is just something that's been going on for a while now. But anyways, yeah, shortly after I got off the game, the console turned off. It did the checking storage thing and then it got stuck, and then you know, it did it like 3 different times, and each time it got stuck at 25%. And finally, the last time, you know, when it got to like 25%, it got stuck, it shut off. But when it shut off, the screen did this weird like CRT black and white flicker thing. If y'all remember back in the day when you would go to like a certain channel or input on your CRT TV where you didn't have something plugged in, or there wasn't anything displaying how it would do like the, you know, like the black and white like thing, like if you were there, you know what I mean. It sort of did something similar to that, and then it shut off, and then ever since then, my PS4 has basically just been like a paperweight. I turn it on and it just says, sorry, cannot start PS4, connect a controller via USB. I do that, and then it just says, your controller or your PS4 is screwed, hold the power button to turn it off. Like, that's literally all it does. It just tells me to turn it off because it's screwed. So now I'm left with the option of either rip the thing open, try to fix it, do this, that, and the other, which I probably will do at some point, or for the time being, until I get the parts that I would need to fix it, just kind of migrate and play my PS4 games on PS5, and yeah, that's just what I'm gonna have to do now, I guess, which again makes me sad because I like playing things on the original hardware they were intended for. Oh, and the point that I was gonna get to earlier that I completely forgot to get to, even though I said I was going to do it, is just the fact that there's a lot of sentimental value there for me, right, with the PS4. Like, I don't want to get all too doom and gloom or whatever, but a couple years ago, I was struggling really bad with my eating disorder being anorexia nervosa, and it was to a point of where my body was literally shutting down and I was dying. Well, during that time, I played a lot of video games to get me through it, because it was a real, it was a pretty rough recovery period. I even had to take an extended leave from work for multiple months on end, but at that point, in between the time that I had taken my leave from work, I was still creating YouTube content during that time, and it became feasible for me to do YouTube full-time on top of, just like other side gigs and businesses that I have on the side. Because obviously, if I was just trying to survive off of AdSense with my view counts and my subscriber counts, yeah, that wouldn't be enough. But like, that's like my main gig, and then I also got like a bunch of stuff on the side that I do that really helps keep me afloat. So, just all of that, it became feasible for me to just be able to work from home during that time. So I ended up not having to go back to Subway, which was awesome, because working at Subway was, well, it was working at Subway. But yeah, man, during that time, I played so many video games, of course, across, older consoles, newer consoles, but one of the ones that I played probably the most was my PlayStation 4, just because, there's so many amazing experiences on that console between exclusives and just, even like cross-platform games like Witcher 3 and stuff like that. But I remember that was around the time that Last of Us Part 2 had come out, and that game was one of the most, to this day, one of the most impactful games that I've ever played in terms of just like the message and in terms of the impact it had on me, and just as a game itself, that game is truly a piece of art. Like, that is, it's a masterpiece. I remember binging that game, and I beat it in a matter of like, what, 2.5 days or something like that. And you gotta keep in mind, that's like a 20-hour game. So yeah, I was playing a lot of video games during my recovery time, because I was really unable to do anything else. I was basically almost like a vegetable. Like, I was very frail, I was very fragile, I'm not gonna say my actual weight at the time, because I don't like throwing out numbers, because I know that can be triggering for some people that have those conditions, because I know just hearing numbers was very triggering for me at the time. But I will say that I weighed about as much as I did in elementary school, and even then it was less than that. But again, I played a lot on my PS4 during that time, and whether I was binging single-player games or just playing other games, from the past, like Black Ops 3 and, like GTA and stuff like that, just grinding stuff out there, because I will say, like, it was one of those things during my recovery where I was just, bouncing back and forth. Like, some days I'd be binging single-player games, and then, if I was in the in-between period where I was like, alright, I just got done playing, like, a really long RPG, and I just wanted, like, a day to chillax and play something, not as story-heavy before diving into the next story-heavy game. Then I get on, Black Ops 3 or GTA 5, or, whoa, why did the FOV just change all of a sudden? That's really weird. Like, every time that I use the teleporter, it seems like, or after I pack a bunch of, like, it always zooms back in. Yeah, the PS4 was one of my best friends during that time, as well as all my other consoles, but the PS4 is one of those things where every morning before I would get to gaming, usually what I would do is I'd turn on my PS4, get on YouTube, and, kind of relax just for a couple of minutes, get my mind ready for the day, maybe eat some food, and then I get into the whole gaming binge thing. But man, just like waking up every morning during that time when I was literally on the brink of death, and just hearing the PS4 menu music start up, which is probably part of why I have such a fondness and attachment to it. And even right now talking about it, I know it sounds stupid, but it's starting to bring tears to my eyes, because I was like, again, on that brink of like, like my body shutting down. I'm trying to recover, but I still don't know what's gonna happen to me. And even during that time, I was able to turn it on, just, have that ethereal escape into the PS4 ecosystem, scroll through, pick my game, and then just go on my binge and escape into the digital world and be happy and be free from the pain I was experiencing at the time, just escaping into a whole other world. That's part of why I love video games in general, right? Like, I spend as much of my time in the physical world trying to escape into the digital world. That's why I work from home. That's why all of my jobs are online, which does kind of suck, because like, if you think about it, what if like the internet would just disappear one day, right? Like, I would have no source of income, because right now I do YouTube full-time, and then I also have like I'll just say 3 other sources of income mainly on the side that also help contribute to things, and most times they actually end up making me way more money than YouTube even does. But again, YouTube is just, it's easier just to say I'm a full-time YouTuber, because that is the thing that I spend the most time doing, even if I do technically make more money doing other things, which just goes to show how much I actually love YouTube. Because for me, it's never been about the money, it's just the fact that I love content creation. This has been my dream ever since YouTube was a platform, back in the mid-2000s when YouTube existed. I was like, man, I really want to be a successful creator on this platform. So ever since 2009, I've been creating content off and on until I created this channel and started uploading to it daily. And I've told the whole story before, but I mean, like, as you guys can see now, I've been YouTube partner for almost a year and a half, and I'm like genuinely the happiest I've ever been. The best way I can describe it is like a breakup. Or like losing a best friend. You know what? Yeah, breakups aren't even that serious. Losing a best friend hurts a lot more than a breakup. I will stand by that till the day I die. If anything, it just feels like I've lost a best friend or like a member of my family. You know, my consoles are my family. They're my life. I don't have any friends in real life. I don't have any family in real life. And every time that I say that on video, there's always people like, what? Why don't you do, like, that sounds like such a sad life. That sounds so lonely. But for me, it's a choice. This is another story that I've told many times before, but it's one of those things where I don't tell stories multiple times because I like repeating myself. I just do it because I know I am a strange and messed up individual, or at the very least just very different from the mass population, so I have to tell these stories multiple times over and explain myself, because to the normal person, it just doesn't make sense why I am the way I am, because I'm the most, like, anti-human human to ever exist on this thing called Earth. I have to specify that I live on Earth because who knows, man, in 20 years, with the way humanity is going between, like, AI and technology, I mean, y'all might be watching this from Mars in 20 to 30 years, I don't know. No, but seriously, I'm just, like, a very anti-social person. Like, I know some people say that, just kind of being like, oh, I'm so anti-people, I'm so anti-social, I'm an introvert, give me clicks and views on TikTok, please, but no, like, I genuinely mean it. I know it may seem backwards because I make YouTube content, you know, on a daily basis, which involves talking and talking to people, but genuinely, I hate the act of speaking, I hate talking to people, I hate being around people, so if anything, I become extra extrovertive, if whatever the word is for that, for about, you know, like, however long it takes me to record a video, right? Some videos it's like 30 minutes, other videos it's multiple hours, right? Like, it really just depends on the video. It can either be something as simple as talking down and chatting for half an hour, or sitting down and, I don't know, recording myself going crazy on Call of Duty for like a couple hours and then trying to condense it down into just like a 10-minute thing. But I'm just extra extrovertive during that time, so then I can be very introvertive for the other, you know, however many hours in the day while I work to edit the videos, get them uploaded, work on thumbnails, all that other stuff. I honestly thought I was gonna go down right there, dog. I could not see that zombie because the other thing just like gassed in my face. Yeah, back in like 2021, 2022, around there, I really made an effort to cut out all toxic people from my life, which involved all of my family as well, which, you know, again, that's another thing. A lot of people were like, well, you don't talk to your family, but yeah, I don't talk to my family. I talk to my mother and my siblings, but I mean, that's literally it. I also cut out all my friends just because all my friends were really toxic, so now the only friends I have are just like, you know, mutual, like, content creators online, or, like, my moderators on Discord and stuff like that. Like, you know, I'm close with them. I consider them my friends, but otherwise, when it comes to, like, IRL friends, I'm literally a ghost in real life. Nobody knows me. They don't know where I live. And the best part is, I've been debating on moving again at some point, just to go somewhere where I can be even more of a ghost, so at that point, then, like, literally nobody will know me. I spend my time only doing what makes me happy. Nothing more, nothing less, and what makes me happy is isolation. Therefore, I spend all of my time isolated, and I have never been happier. And if you're wondering how any of this has any relevance to the conversation at hand, it's because this circles all the way back to why the PS4 meant so much to me, because during that time when I was literally dying, that was also during the time when I didn't have any friends or family, so that was like, you know, the PS4 was right there for me. Every step of the way, every single day, almost every second of every single day, and now it's just, it's gone. And again, at some point, I'm definitely going to try to open it up and fix it, or maybe just straight up replace it, you know, because the PS4 I had was a Slim, so who knows, might go big baller boy and go PS4 Pro, or I might just get a PS4 original for that real 2013 nostalgia. Regardless, I'm genuinely going through like the 5 stages of grief right now, and I'm definitely just in that stage where it's all just like, you know, you can barely even comprehend the fact that it happens. You're just trying to laugh it off to pretend that it doesn't hurt, even though deep down, yeah, it really does hurt. Because not only did I spend, you know, a pretty penny when I bought my PS4, because obviously I bought it brand new and everything like that, but I've also spent a pretty penny on my PS4 collection, and I do buy my PS4 games physically, thankfully, so it's not like a thing where it's like, oh, it's all digital, is there gonna be something weird when I, you know, try to download those games in the future? Like, no, I have all the games physically, so that won't be an issue. But anyways, I feel like I've been babbling for long enough, so I think this is probably a decent place to conclude things. There's been a loss in the family of grotesque consoles today, and it will be severely missed. But anyway, as always, massive shout out, thank you all the Patreons and channel members, thank you to all in the low ball tier, and a big shout out to you on the big ball tier, but asking me to admin and bitch shout outs on GT run events on the cheese roll. Thank you guys so much, guys. You're literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.